Hey everyone, Danielle here. I'm going to do my solo playthrough of Kapow, Volume 1. I tried to make the setup here pretty compact, and I will explain everything I have set up here. So in case you're not aware, this is a solo-friendly and a two-player game. It is I think they call it a buildable dice game because you have these black dice that you could put die faces on, and which I think is probably the coolest part about the game, because you're gaining faces, as you'll see in my playthrough, that you'll be able to put onto your action die, which again is the black dice, the dice that you get to put faces on. And you know, after each round you actually get to swap out the faces, move them around however you like, which really makes this a very strategic game. As you can see here, we have the first player marker. This will be kind of like my side, and this right side will be the AI side. So I'm playing with Timeout as my character, so I guess I can make a little break here to separate my boards and the AI's boards. So my character is Timeout. I have a health of 25, which I've set my health dial to, and I start with a yellow die, a purple die, a green die, a blue die, and an action die with 2 of these faces. And this face is called Toughness. That's what this purple side is. Meanwhile, we have the villain, or the AI, set up as spoiler alert, and it has a starting health of 25, which I've also set on this health dial, and it starts with 2 yellow dice, 1 purple die, a blue die, and an action die with 1 wild side. So to tell you the faces of the die, I'll show you real quick. So this is a wild. This red one is might. Again, this purple one is toughness. The yellow one is energy. This green one is agility. And then finally, this blue one is X Factor. So those are all the different faces we can choose at some point in the game when specified. And the AI will be able to fill up their die just like I can, but they won't be able to rearrange it. And I pretty much get to decide where it goes on the action die, although, you know, so with a 1 out of 6 chance. We have this supply of additional dice, and actually I should mention that these colored dice are called trait dice. So these trait dice you can also gain throughout the game so that you can roll more dice. And you can see there's 4 more action dice here, which me and my opponent will be able to gain throughout the game as well. And they are limited supply, so whoever gets them first gets them. What else? Okay, and then we get these little tools to lift up the faces so that you don't have to like use your fingers or anything to take it out. I would say lastly, I do want to explain how the AI works. So as you can see, what I did was I flipped over this character board to see the AI side, and I'll get a little closer here. So the AI has a couple of things that it can do. There's an ongoing ability called Cravings. It does not need to place dice, and I'll get to that aspect in a bit. But basically, I had to remember that whenever I gain a trait die, it has to be chosen at random, because actually typically when you choose a trait die, you have to decide for yourself. Like, you get to choose which one you want. But now that I'm playing against this AI, I won't be able to. I do have to choose it at random. And the randomness will be determined by this D6 that I have. This did not come with the game. I just decided to use it. And basically, when I get the ability to choose a trait die, I'll roll the die, and as long as it rolls 1 through 5 or 1 through how many columns there are, I'll just choose the die and I'll keep rolling till 1 is rolled. So the second ability also has Beckon. It says during power up, if the player didn't lose health this round, Spoiler alert, which is this character, the AI character, gains an energy phase. So it automatically gains one of these energy phases and puts it on the dice, or it just keeps it in the supply if the die already has 6 phases. It has vitamin D, which says if you actually fill up these icons with dice, you lock in this ability. And this ability means that every single round it will have 3 attack and 3 defense, which is very strong. I tend to lose the game right after the AI gets it. So that's something to keep in mind. We have a couple of other ones here: overdose, injection, taunt, spoilers. So all of these I would have to activate placing the right dice. And when I roll the dice for the AI, I have to place it from top to bottom as much as it can fulfill the requirements. So if I don't have all 4 symbols available to place with dice, I have to just go down to the next one that says 3 of the same faces that are not blanks. So a non-blank die, so I can place any of these dice that have the 3, basically 3 dice with the same face here. If I don't have 3 dice with the same face, I move down and then I see, okay, do I have at least 2 of them? I could place 2 of them here. If I have at least 2 other dice with the same face, place them here. Taunt, same thing. If I have these dice, I can place it. And then spoilers, this can be filled with any amount of dice. And so if I had 2 fists that basically for some reason just couldn't fit here, I get to put 2 here and I get to add it up. It would be like 4 attack. Let's see. You know what? I think I'm wrong about that part. Fill any number. So I think when it says fill any number, actually how I've been playing is I only place 1 die in each of these specific spaces, but this one, this any die, I can place any die that doesn't match this, which is typically a blank face. And it says repeat for each die, spoiler alert, couldn't place if any. So I do think only 1 can go here. At least that's how I think it's played. I'll put any corrections into the description if needed, but yeah, that's how I think I'll play this one. All right, so you kind of get the gist of it. You roll dice and then you place them on these icons, and then to the right of it are the effects that you can do. You'll see here attack, defend, immediate, power up, after power up, and then my character is timeout. So my character has a ability that also requires no dice, and it is called whistle. And I can rotate one of my dice to show the same non-wild face as another one of my dice, which will come in handy. And here are my other abilities. You can just read through those, pause if need be. But yeah, basically I'm gonna probably rely on this one, where if I have a die with that toughness symbol and a non-blank action die to put there that also is on the toughness symbol, I can put a locked-in token on one of my abilities that requires 1 die, and I could do it on 3 abilities. So I could put it on here because it requires 1 die, and those locked-in tokens would just look like this. And I'll just put it right on top so that every round is active. That means if I happen to lock this in, every round it says you may place toughness as wild, which is really good. A closer look at this board, you can see on the attack side, you see the number 1 here, and you also see the number 1 on the attack multiplier. See the number 1 here on the base defense. You see the number 1 on the defense multiplier. So all of those ones mean you can only activate 1 ability in that section. So I can't activate this, this, and this. I can only activate 1 of them in this section. I can only activate 1 of them in this section. Same thing with defense. Here and here can only have 1 ability activated with dice. The kickers are different. You can stack them as needed. If you have the dice to fulfill these requirements on the left, you can get the powers and stuff on the right. So just so you know though, you actually cannot get a defense kicker, defense multiplier without a base defense. So if you don't place any dice here, you actually forfeit everything that you've placed down here. So make sure when you put something on the defense kicker or defense multiplier that you have a base defense, okay? Same goes for the attack. You must have at least one base attack, which is you could literally put any die here to be able to actually gain any of these attack kickers or attack multipliers, okay? Power up and after power up. So those are phases that actually come after the attack and defend phase. So there's a total of 4 phases. The first one is ability selection. So you roll your dice and you select your abilities that you want to do. You place the dice and do that. And then there's phase 2, which is attack and defend. The first player gets to attack. The second player defends that attack. And then the second player gets to attack and the first player gets to defend. So that's how that phase works. Phase 3 is the power up and after power up. So if you actually place dice here, that's when you resolve these abilities. You do the power up first and then after power up, and you always do it from first player to second player, or whoever the active player is, they go first to do those things. Phase 4 is cleanup. So that's when you clear the dice from your board, and then players can attach and rearrange their faces. Except the AI doesn't do that, of course. Some special rules about the AI actually are that the AI doesn't gain any other faces until the after power-ups. Alright, I just double checked the rulebook, and actually the AI gains their dice and faces during power-up, not during defense. So you'll see during some of the defense, it says, like for instance, synthesis, gain 3 non-wild faces. I gain it. I'm sorry, that was power up. On defense, it says defense kicker and gain a non-wild face. I would actually do that during my defense. Whereas if the AI had something like that, like for defense, wild face, it gains the wild face later on, not during defense. So it gives me the ability to draw any face or die or anything like that on my turn before they get to go. So it gives me first choice. Because again, these are items that can be, that can run out. Okay, I think I've done enough talking. That was 12 minutes of me rambling about the rules and the components. So hopefully that all makes sense. I'm going to get started here, and I hope you enjoy it. It's just going to be a casual playthrough. If you have questions about anything, let me know in the comments. But I'm just going to play, and you are welcomed to watch. Okay, so I'm first player, and I'm gonna roll my dice. I'm gonna roll it in this. Oh, okay. So I have to remember with timeout, I can rotate one of my dice to show the same non-wild face as another one of my dice. So what that means is I can't make another die a wild, but I can make another die into a toughness, and that's it, not too wild. And this is considered a blank, in case I did not mention that. Okay, so I think I will change this into a toughness. So I'll utilize the whistle ability for that immediately. And I'm going to take advantage of flag, which is my after power up ability. So I'll place the non-blank action die, which goes here. And then I'll put the toughness here. You see this exclamation point on this symbol? That means, not an exclamation point, I'm sorry. This is a wild symbol with an X kind of on it. And it says, it basically means you can't use a wild in place of this, because typically you could use a wild in place of any icon, but not when there's a symbol that says you can't. So now I have 3 dice left, and I think I'd like to defend. So the purpose of defending is kind of like, there's 2 purposes. One is to actually defend, and then the other purpose is the player or AI player that has the most defense at the end of a round, they are the first player of the next round. So it's important that if I want to still be the first player, meaning I get the first attack, I want the most defense each round. So I'm gonna put my defense die here. I'll put the blank on dodge. That gives me 1 base defense, and I have 2 wilds here. You know what? I think I'm just gonna keep that one base defense and maybe get a power up, because it's important to try to gain as many dice as I can. And I think I will put it on this one, power on, which allows me to gain dice. This allows me, it says gain an action die and gain a non-wild face. So I think I'll do that. So that's my dice rolling. And then I'll roll for the AI. Ooh, 3 blanks, a wild, and a blank. All right, so starting from the top, definitely not happening for vitamin D. Let's see if overdose works. Non-blank dice, nope. Non-blank dice does not work. This works, so I'll put any die, and then I'll use this wild for that strength icon. And then I'm gonna have to put the remaining 3 dice on this any die. So I'm just gonna stack them like that. So there's 3 dice here. All right, so now I'm the first player, so I get to attack. I do not have any attacks to do. So now it goes to the AI. Do they have any attacks? So now I look at all the dice that they placed. And it looks like there are no attacks either on their side. So I'm gonna just go and do my defense, which actually I don't have any abilities that gain me anything, so I don't gain anything, but I do have 1 base defense. So the attack and defend phase is now over. It was very uneventful. Now we go to power up and after power up. So my power up says gain an action die, which I will. So I'll gain this die and gain a non-wild face. I'm going to choose to gain this face, the toughness, because later on, if I can lock in counter clock, it says you may place toughness as wild, and that is huge. So I've done my power up, and then I'm going to do these. So the 3 non-wild faces repeat for each die. Spoiler alert, couldn't place. So 3. It gets 3 non-wild faces. So I'm blindly, as well as I could, I'm blindly not going to look at what I'm pulling here. And as long as they're not wild, I'm just going to put it in the supply. So 1. Okay, so this is a wild. I'm going to pick 1, 2. And the 3rd one is another wild. Okay, that's what it's got. All right. And now I'm gonna do my after power up, which says I could put a locked in token on one of my abilities that requires 1 die. I'll put it on counter clock. So yes, now every round I can use toughness as wilds, which is very good for me. All right, and then that's all I've got. After power up, for the AI, the player loses 3 health per die and 1 health per face they gained during power up. So during power up, I did gain 1 die, and I also gained 1 face. So that means I lose 4 health, just like that. So I'm down to 21. All right, so now we clean up and put our faces on. So I'm gonna put it on this one. And then the AI will just randomly put as many faces as it can. Okay, I had more defense, so I'm still the first player, and now we go to the second round. I'm just gonna roll. Roll those, roll these. Oof, okay. So I still can use my immediate effect here for whistle. It says you may rotate one of your dice to show the same non-wild face as another one of your dice, and unfortunately this time I actually didn't roll any toughness. Let's see. Well, I will rotate this. I'll rotate this action die into an X factor. I'm sorry, I can't. I only have action dice with the toughness symbol, so I can't rotate the action die. Let's see. I'll rotate this blank into a gotta see what's good here. I guess I'll rotate it onto an X factor. Ooh, I don't think the green die has an X factor. Okay, so maybe I'll just have to do it on an agility. Is that helpful? Yeah, I'm gonna have to just do that, I guess, to make it do anything. All right, let's see what I can do. So I have 2 blank dice, 2 agilities, 1 X factor, 1 strength. 1 energy. I'm sorry, it looks like strength, but that is actually an energy. That's what the rulebook defines this one as. I'm thinking, but I think I am gonna do power on to gain an action die. Or you know what? I'm gonna do gain a trait die. So I'm gonna put the X factor and the energy die there. I'm going to place a dodge, and then I'm gonna place a attack, just to get 1 base attack in there. Then I have one of these. You know, I think I'm just gonna do sidestep. So I'll place both of these agility dice there. The requirements were any die and an agility symbol, so I'll just put both of these there. I'll roll for the AI now. Ooh, good roll for them. All right, so starting from the top, they have energy, they have toughness, they have X factor, and they don't have a wild, so they can't complete that one. Do they have 3 of the same faces? They do not. Over here, do they have 2 of the same faces? They do, so we'll do the toughness. And then this says any die in that strength, so we'll put the blank there, and then the energy there, and then this X factor just goes right here. All right, so I'll do my attack. It's 1 base attack, and then looking here, they have 5 defense, so it does not go through. And then they attack me, and then let's see what they do in terms of attack. They have 0 attack, which is fine. I take nothing. Ooh. Oh wait, no. Okay, because they have this ability that says if the player didn't lose health this round, spoiler alert, gains an energy phase. But I did lose health. I lost 4. Okay, so nothing to do there. But I get my defense dice. So it says gain a non-wild phase, and I think I'll go for a. I'll go for a fist this time. You know what? No, I am gonna go for the toughness because they're wild. So let's just try that. So I'll gain the toughness. I'll put this here. I like to separate what I gain because there are things that trigger or are based off of how many things I gain. So I like to keep it separate if possible. Okay, and then now we go to the power-up phase. I get to gain a trait die, but because I'm playing against this spoiler alert, it does say whenever the player gains a trait die, it's chosen at random. So I'll roll this d6. It's a 6. There's no 6. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll gain this red die. And then, so I've done everything I can there. Spoiler alert, gains 2 non-wild phases. Let me blindly choose 1, 2. Oh, 1's a wild, so can't gain that. Put that back. Okay. And then down here it says the player loses 3 health per die and 1 health per phase they gain during power-up. So again, I lose 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm at 17. And then this says it gains a trait die. So let's see what trait die it gains. I have to roll 1 through 5, 3. So it's going to gain this purple die. All right, and that is the turn. Let's put the faces on, the action die here for the AI. Okay. And then for me, I'll place it here. So unfortunately, they had 5 defense, which is higher than mine. So they get to go first. Let's roll. No, this does not go in. Wow, that is a pretty good roll. Not great. So looks like they've got vitamin D. So we got the strength, we got the toughness, we have a wild that works for the X factor, and then the wild that's actually required. So that's gonna pop off, not great. Then we have these two remaining dice, which will work for taunt. So any die, which is the blank, and then the energy die, which is the yellow die here. That's what they're gonna do, and it's not looking good. But the benefit of them going is that now I kind of know what's going on their turn. So I'm gonna try not to gain dice or faces, I guess, because then I'll lose health. So rolling my dice. Why aren't I rolling any toughness? This is just not good. Okay, let's see what we can do. So I'm gonna put both of these action dice here, and then let's see, I'm gonna want to try to defend if possible. So I'm gonna put my agility die there and the blank die here, and then I'm actually gonna change. No, I can't. Can't change anything to that. I will use the I guess I'll put this on replicate, which is a non-blank die, so I could place this and I'll gain a copy of this face shown. I'll place this here to gain the non-wild face. I know I shouldn't be gaining faces because I'm taking damage, but I'm not gonna gain a die, so that should be okay. And then this final die I will put on I don't even know. I'm gonna put it on. I'm not forced to place it anywhere, if I do want to try to take advantage of this. Gosh. Is there, am I missing something? Could I put it somewhere else? You know what? I know they're not going to attack this round. So maybe I won't put any on defense. I'll put it all on attack because they actually don't have any defense this time. I think that's the better play. So I'm actually going to rearrange this. I'm going to... Okay, let's collect the dice. Just make sure I'm doing this right. So I'll put the any die here. And I wish I had more fists, but I don't. I'm gonna put two. I'm gonna have to put something here, I think. So I will put any die, which is this, and put this there. And then I can't do any of these, so I'm forced to just do something here with these. So what I can do is put this there and at least gain some faces. So I'll put this here, put this here, and then at least I'll be first player for sure next round. And then I'll put this one die I'll put this here. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the best I can do. Okay, so first player, AI, the attacks will happen. They're not attacking anything. So I do my attack, which is 1 base attack plus a 3 attack kicker. So that's 4 damage to the AI. So that's the first damage I get to do. They don't have any defense. So they're down to 21. And then I will gain my face, non-wild face, for this defense. So I gained a toughness. And then I'll go to the power-up phase, and it's going to be gain a copy of face shown, which is the X factor. was my second face I gained. So after power up abilities, this says add a locked in token. So that means vitamin D will always be in place moving forward. And unfortunately, that means they'll always have 3 attack and 3 defense. And then after power up here, it says the player loses 3 health per die and 1 health per face they gain during power up. During power up, I gained 1 face, so I lose 1 health. So I'm down to 16. Alright, and that's that. Okay. Alright. So I'm the first player. I'll roll my dice. Okay, this looks much better. I'm just gonna put this blank will become a toughness. That's me using the whistle effect. Rotating a dice to show the same non-wild face as another one of my dice. And I'm gonna use flag for sure. Do that. I'm gonna do an attack for now, I think. So I'm gonna do a blank here because any die can go on the 1 base attack, and then I'm gonna go I guess I'll do these. Yeah, I have this fist, and then the any die can go there. This could be treated as a wild. So as a wild, what can I do? I'm gonna put it on synthesis. Put it here, gain 3 non-wild faces. That's what I'll do. The AI will roll. Okay. It no longer needs to place anything on vitamin D, so I'll start at overdose to place dice. So let's look for 3 of the same kind, and we do have that. Using a wild, of course. And then we have these dice. And then this. Alright. So I will go first. I'll do my attack. I'm the first player. I have a base attack of 1 and a +3 attack kicker, so that's 4 damage. Let's see any defense that the AI may have. No defense there, no defense there. It has 1 defense, so it's going to take 3 damage, so it takes it down to 18. It's going to attack me. I have 0 defense. It's attacking me for 12 because what happened here is that the symbol is the might symbol, and so whatever the symbol is that I was going for when I placed the 3 matching dice, keeping in mind this is a wild in place of that might symbol, you look at the key here and you look at might and it says 12 attack. Unfortunately, I'm taking 12 damage just like that, so I'm down to 4. Terrible, I know. Again, no defense, so nothing happens there. And then I'm going to do my power up, gain 3 non-wild faces. I'm having trouble with fists, so let's do that. And I'll also do that. So I gain these 3 faces. And then I get to put a locked in ability on something, and I will put it on the attack. That's what I'll do there. And then the AI will go. After power up says the player loses 3 health per die and 1 health per face, so I lose 3. Oh my god, so that brings me down to 1. I'm hanging on by a thread here, guys. And then here it says it gains a non-wild face, so let's see what I grab here blindly. And it's gonna gain an X Factor face. Okay, so let's see. It doesn't have any more spots to put that X Factor, so unfortunately it's just gonna stay there. I'm gonna collect my dice. And put these faces on. Okay. All right. So since I had no defense, the AI is definitely the first player. So let's roll for them first. All right. So it's going to attempt to do this one, but it doesn't have the right dice. Actually, no, it's locked in, so it doesn't have to. All right, so 3 of the same dice, which I have, which is going to be 9 defense, because looking at the symbols that I matched here, this is toughness, and it says this round, 9 defense, 3 non-wild faces. Not great. So if I were to attack, I would need at least 10 damage. What else can I do here? Okay, I can do a taunt again, which is not great either, and then I have a blank. I'll push right here. Now, I roll my dice and place the on abilities. Okay, I'm definitely changing this to a toughness. So essentially I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wild, because toughness counts as wilds. I know for a fact that they're not going to do any attack on me, but they have 9 defense. So let's see. I have a 1 base attack, which is locked in. Can I do a plus attack kicker, or an attack kicker and times 2 multiplier? So that would be 5 times 2, 10 damage, get 1 through. That's not worth it unless I can do something more here. No, I'm gonna have to try to be the first player next round, because then they're just gonna hit me under attack. And actually they have attack. They have 3 attack and an additional 3 defense. I totally forgot about vitamin D. Oh my gosh, so they have 12 defense. I have to defend the attacks here. I have to. So unfortunately I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna place this there for the 1 base defense. Oh, you know what? I can actually do more defense. I will do this non-black action die and then this die to get a 4 base defense, and then I'm gonna put these two to be a defense kicker and gain a face. Well, how much defense do I need? I need at least 3. So I have 4 here, so I don't know if I need to waste my dice here. But if I want to try to get more than 12 defense, let's see, that's 9. That's not enough. So no point in doing that. I can't. There's no way. So if I place any die here, and then place the die here, these, well actually I'm gonna have to place the action dice down here and place these 2, then that's gonna be 1 plus 4 times 2 is 10. I'm still not gonna be able to go first. I'm gonna have to hope that, oh my god, no way. Because if I gain faces, I have to take damage with this. So I think I lose no matter what, unfortunately. But I should probably just try to gain health. How do I gain health? Oh my gosh, guys. Why am I forgetting about timeout? I can totally do this once per game. Players can't lose health this round for any reason. Gain an action die during power up. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do that. That's so silly of me. So let's do that. Place this there. And I'm gonna need at least 2 defense there. Well, gain an action die, then that means I'm taking damage. Oh wait, I can't lose any. Okay, that's fine. I can't lose health this time anyway. Alright, so I'm gonna actually put this here. And then I'm gonna use this to face off. Okay. That took a while. Sorry guys. let's see. Now it's the attack. So I'm gonna be attacked with 3, have a defense of 3, so nothing goes through. But also, I would not have taken any damage this turn. And then I gain a non-wild face, which will be this fist. Then I will do my attacks, which is just 1. And they have a defense of 9, so they take nothing. Okay, now we go to the power-up phase. My power-up says gain action die, so I'll gain an action die. And then after power-up says opponent loses 1 health per phase they gain during power-up. So it's gonna do their power-up phase. So they actually gain 3 non-wild faces. So let's see what they get. 1, 2, 3. So there's 2 wilds in there. I have to just pick out 2 more. 1, 2. All right, those are the 3 faces they gained that they can't place because their die is full. And then, so they gain 3 faces, which means they lose 3 health, down to 15. That's what that means. Actually, players can't lose health this round, so I don't think they lose health. I think they're still a player. They're an AI player, so I'm gonna stick to that. So they don't lose health off of that. And then here it says a non-wild face, so they gain 1 more. Okay. All right, so that's everything. So unfortunately, they still have 3 defense. And I had 3 defense, but when they're tied, the person who had the active first player marker, they actually still get the first player marker. So that's unfortunate. Let me rearrange some of these faces since I have 3 dice. Okay, these are my dice. And then the AI will go first. Okay. 3 of the same dice. Does overdose, and that says 6 attack, and they gain a trait die. Okay, we're gonna do that. And then actually it should be this one because that's higher. And then we have this one. Okay, so I roll my dice. Gosh, how did all my action dice roll blanks? Oh my goodness. All right, man, this game is going longer than I thought it would. So I'm gonna want to change one of these dice to a toughness for the wild. So I essentially have 3 wilds, 1 X factor, an energy, a might, and 2 blanks. So I have 1 health left still. I need to defend. They're going to do 6 attack on me. So that's not great. So they're going to do 6 attack. And then they have... how much defense? They have 1 defense. So I have to defend 6. So I place this die here for 1. Actually, you know what? Non-blank action die. I'll do that right here. So that's, there's a 4 base defense and gain a face. So that's still not enough. I need 2 more to defend. So I'll do any die in this side step. Okay. So that covers that. I have some remaining dice I could probably do an attack with. So let's do, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna have to do these. Put that there. And then I have an X factor and a fist. what can I do with this? Yeah, I'm gonna have to do teleport, I guess. All right, so they go first. They're gonna do 6 attack. I will defend with 6, so no damage. My defense gains me a face. I'll take this. This defense gains me a non-wild face. Wait, it gains a face, so I can actually gain a wild. And then this says gain a non-wild face, so I'll gain that. All right, so I attack now. I have 1 plus 3, which is 4. And they have a defense of 1. So they take 3. So they're down to 15 now. Now we go to power up. I gain 2 faces of the face shown die on the right. So I gain 2 of the red ones. And I can't gain another red one, so I guess I can choose anything else besides a wild. Hopefully. I don't know. That's how I'm gonna play, at least. All right, and then that's it for me. We have the AI gaining a trait die. So let's see, 1 through 5. It's gonna gain a blue die. And then here says it's gonna gain an action die. Ooh, now they're gonna be able to put all of these on that action die. It's just waiting for it. Okay, so with that, this purple die is gonna give it a non-wild face. So let's see what it gets. It's gonna gain this one, and it completes that action die. All right, so that's that. And I can place some of my own. Okay, and in this case I did have more defense, so I am the first player and I get to roll first and still hang on with 1 life. Alright, so I've got these wilds, and I'm gonna change this into a wild as well, which is actually a toughness that is going to be used as a wild. And then I have an X factor, a might, an energy, and an agility. I want to do something big, but I don't know if the AI is going to roll any defense, so let's see. Oh my gosh, guys, wait. Oh no, I would have lost. I totally forgot it has 3 attack, and so it would have done 9 attack, and I did not defend. So there you go, guys. Unexpectedly, well, no, you probably caught it before I did, I have now lost the game. Gosh, totally forgot about the base 3. I really need some sort of like marker to remind me that that's the case. But wow, there you go. This game was about 30 minutes long. Not bad for a solo game. I really enjoy it. I've yet to win, but you know, that's how it goes typically for games when I play. But yeah, let me know what you think of this game. Hopefully you were able to follow along and I didn't do too much of my thinking in my head. But yeah, now I'm gonna go ahead and take some of the faces off these action dice, and yeah, wish me luck next time. I'm going to probably try other characters and see how they do against each other in future playthroughs. So, you know, subscribe if you're interested in that. I also have volume 2, so a bunch of characters to play with. But yeah, I'll see you guys around. Thanks.